guys, welcome to the channel, Bushcraft family, with another video. And this one is a very informative type of video, so hopefully you stick around for some uses for sugar. And these would be good survival uses in case of, a shift or whatever, or just out in your backyard. That type of thing. Anyways, sugar is it's broken down in your body, your digestive system, into glucose, which enters the bloodstream and fuels your cells throughout your body, like your brain, your heart, your muscles, that kind of thing. So it can be a good thing. An overabundant some of it into your system could not be, but we're not talking about that kind of stuff right now. First thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is sugar as a instant energy boost. Now, unlike complex carbs that take time to break down into your body, sugar gives a near instant spike in the blood glucose. In high stress situations like hiking long distance, escaping danger, or enduring extreme cold, a teaspoon of sugar might just give you the calories you need to keep going. So that's number one. Yeah. And there's many ways you can just not taking a spoonful, but like fruit, dehydrate fruit into the little leather strips or whatever they call them, fruit roll-up things. That's packed with a lot of sugar. It's natural sugar too, and it'll give you that little boost you may need. One thing we used to do is we would pack them, make them in the dehydrator, which was round, and then we would cut them into strips and then roll them up. That way it's one little thing was packed full of the goodness. The goodness. Next one is sugar is a natural food preservative. Sugar has been used for beginning of time for centuries to preserve fruits and other foods. When added to high concentrations, it binds water molecules and creates an environment where bacteria and mold struggle to survive. That's why, jams and jellies and canned fruits can last longer than, vegetables and meats and stuff. Excuse me. So, good knowledge right there. Now this one is, most people know or should know, using sugar for first aid. Civil War, it was used a ton to stop bleeding and prevent bacteria. Rubbing, and I'm not a doctor, so this is just, common knowledge. Rubbing sugar in an open wound before you wrap it and everything, as long as the sugar is clean and everything, will prevent moisture and bacteria growing within that wound. I mean, the doctors in the Civil War did it, and it worked good. It saved probably a lot of lives that way. Our next one is emergency rehydration, electrolyte mix. Dehydration is a silent killer in many emergency situations. You can create a simple oral rehydration solution using sugar, salt, and purified water. This mixture helps the body absorb fluids more effectively, restoring electrolytes, balance lost through sweating, diarrhea, or vomiting. Those icky ones. Now, not to get off the sugar thing, but salt for making these. Make sure you are using a good salt that has the minerals and everything, because that will do a lot. I'm afraid to say, that blue cardboard can of salt with the little girl with the umbrella is not the best salt you get nowadays. It's actually kind of bad, but we won't go into that. Let's see, our next one. Sugar helps boost natural fermentation. Sugar helps boost the natural occurrence in yeast to help establish vigorous fermentation. You can use this to create beer, wine that are safe to drink, of course, duh. Sugar also helps boost the natural fermentation of mash, which can be then distilled. We all use, in most cases, we use, when making bread, we add some sugar and mix it up, and the yeast goes nuts with that. So, and if you have ever made, which I should have a video on it, I made a long time ago, I made wine out of grape juice. Just regular old yeast and sugar. That's it. Believe it or not, sugar can be used as an emergency fire starter. I've never tried this, but I've always wanted to see if I could do this. But it's a chemical reaction, so if you happen to have potassium permanganate, yeah, close enough. Sugar creates a chemical reaction that produces an intense heat and flame that can even ignite wood or kindling or whatever you're using in wet conditions, making it, very, very good thing to have on hand in an emergency bug out bag, or, get home bag, or a bag in your car or something. Just make sure you keep them two separated. Airtight bags, and the whole shebang. Another one for gardeners. I've done this, especially in greenhouses. It works good, but in home gardening, indoors and stuff, this works good. Insect trap bait. Sugar sweetens, attracts insects, which can be used in your advantage in a survival situations. Setting up sugar bait traps can help divert pests away from your camp. In desperate pinch, you can even, eat the little bugs with a little sweetness with it. But there's many ways of doing it. And always found that yellow paper works the best. Making a insect trap with yellow paper of some sort, yellow plastic, whatever you can do. It works good, Sugar as a natural pesticide. In unsanitary survival environments, pests like cockroaches can spread diseases. A mixture of sugar and baking soda works well as an effective homemade insecticide The sugar attracts the roaches, while the baking soda disrupts their digestive system, eliminating the problem naturally without having to use harsh chemicals. And it, like I said, it works good. Our next one is abrasive hand scrubbed or deodorizer. When hygiene products run out, sugar can be doubled as a natural scrub. Mixing sugar with oils or a little soap creates a gritty paste and can clean greasy hands, remove dirt, or even deodorize skin. And there's, in the wild when you're fishing all day and messing with all that stuff, cleaning it out, you want to deodorize as much as possible. With a nice sugar scrub would work great. And our last one, and I'm sure you guys can come up with a lot more uses for sugar than just this. Sugar as a bartering currency. Now, I have talked about bartering quite a bit throughout my YouTube career here. And it's very important to have some extra stuff, that you can barter for that you may run out and you need. It's always good to have something to barter with. The Great Depression, a lot of people didn't have money. A lot of time they bartered for one thing or another, and sugar was one of those commodities. It wasn't, very, it doesn't grow on a tree, so to speak, type thing, even though it kind of does. We won't go into there, but anyways, sugar is loved by all, so to speak. It's a comfort food. You can be used in drinks, baked goods, making bread, whole much more other stuff. Anyways, that's my spew for today, and I hope you enjoy it. And I will say, like always, God bless and have a good day.